All right, welcome back, everybody. HSC Podcast. We're in the movie segment. So if you join us for sports, appreciate you listening. Um, good, interesting movie topics tonight. So if you've watched us in the past, we've done a lot of top fives, whether it be movies or actors or genres or by decades. We do a lot of standalone movie reviews where we'll pick movies, pick actors, things like that. So what I did, I wanted to go back and look at it. You kind of looked at it a different way, and maybe we'll mix those two ways here. I kind of wanted to critique myself a little bit, and the movies that we picked have one that had multiple top fives in it. And what's crazy is, so if you're watching and you've been watching for a while, this is a 2 year old movie review that we're doing, and we'll have some clips of it for you to see that as well and listen in. Just for a second, that was kind of funny. I don't know if you caught the comment in the old podcast was like all 11 of our viewers.
Yes, I did catch that. Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, that was 2 years ago, and it's not like we came a long way, but come on, look, we had 11 viewers and we have 1,000 now, so that's something.
Yep.
I
Whole
don't know if it's
22
great, but
now.
no, it's funny. It was just funny because that we had mentioned in there, and careful what we say, but it's kind of a joking way, but it just where we're at now in viewership. Because even though we don't have the most subscribers, we get a lot of views. Our shorts get a lot of views, and people do tend to like the content, so that's great. So movies this week, what we're doing is going through old top five, and like I said, we'll get some clips in there. So the first top five is we did a top five for westerns. So the first critique for me would have been, and if you listen to the podcast, the old one, and we'll clip this. First critique was there were so many westerns that it was hard to choose, and we didn't kind of um,
Set an era.
set an era, yeah, exactly, for those top fives because there was ended up being so many great westerns that got left out.
But at the same time, I like that because then if we did like this is the time period, then we might have all had the same lists.
Yeah,
Where this is so abstract that all our lists, we only had one, you and I had one movie the same, and me and Wes had one movie the same,
yeah. So
right?
there was a lot of differences there because there's just so many over the long era of time and really good ones, right? So there was lots of great movies in westerns, like kind of throughout the whole stretch of these westerns, right? They modernized them a little bit, the later it got, but you expect that, but they're still good. Really, a lot of good westerns out there. So you got the list. So let's start with your top five that you had chose in the podcast. So run through those all five real quick.
Okay. So 5-1 or 1-5?
5-1.
Okay. So my five was support your local sheriff.
Okay.
My four was there was a crooked man. Three was Rio Bravo. Two was Once Upon a Time in the West. And one was Unforgiven.
That's a good list. And so did you go back and listen to yourself talk about those movies?
Yes. And I mean, like, it's funny because then we did a where we did movie reviews, and one of them I had was we did do Once Upon a Time in the
Yeah.
West. And so I was like, oh yeah. But I loved it because yeah, it was almost like you could poke holes easily in my five. Like support your local sheriff probably isn't a top five Western, but it's so good and I think people need to watch it because
Is
it's so
it
different. It's a comedy Western. It's not,
is it nostalgic for you though that's why it's in the top five?
yes. I mean, I watched, I don't know, when I was a child kid, that, in Local Gunfighter so many times. I love James Garner.
So the
No,
criticism would be that we tend to put movies in our top five that hold sentimental meaning to us in a way.
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because my dad loved Westerns.
Mhm.
Funny enough, I had one John Wayne movie. My dad loved John Wayne. He had all of John Wayne's movies. And so he was a big Western guy. But
Right.
he loved the support your local movies too. And so I watched that so many times.
Right. I mean, it's great. It's a good movie. Like I love it. Gunfighter and Sheriff, they're both good.
Now I got to see if it's available to watch.
Go back and watch that one. Okay, so would that be your biggest criticism of your top five then?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not like, although I will say, I still think Unforgiven's the best Western of all time.
Yeah, I can't argue that. Once I went back and rewatched the podcast and listening to it, but just then you start thinking about it, you're like, man, it's really hard to put all the elements that Unforgiven had in it as far as the actors, the acting, the story, but the realism that I think it has compared to some other westerns, put all that together, and it's really hard to beat that. So that would be the critique of my own top five. Would be I didn't pick Unforgiven, but I mean you have Once Upon a Time in Mexico, great movie. So there's nothing wrong with that. You have that too,
The
right?
West.
Or the
Once
West. I'm
Upon a
sorry.
Time in the West, not Antonio Banderas.
Right. Like I always think of the new one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So Upon a Time in the West, and then at three you had who'd you have there?
Rio Bravo,
Rio Bravo. Oh,
which
great
was year
movie.
three.
Right. So we're in agreement there. What would be the criticism of Rio Bravo though?
Um, you could say El Dorado might have been better.
Or the same?
Yeah, I
Or are
mean,
you just making the same movie again?
right. But like you said, it's sentimental because it's like Dean Martin.
Right.
Dean Martin and John Wayne.
Well, that's yeah, for us. If I was to sit down and not have any of that sentimental feelings for Dean Martin, and then you watched El Dorado and Rio Bravo, they're both good movies, but you'd be like, it's the same movie.
Yeah. Because it's hard because I like both Robert Mitchum and Dean Martin, but Dean Martin does a better job.
Yeah.
I think James Caan does a better job than Ricky Nelson.
Yeah.
So it's like apples to, or, it's the same.
Well, I guess the argument though would be is Rio Bravo isn't a super unique movie, so maybe it doesn't belong in the top five. But I
Yeah.
put it there, so
Yeah. So,
kind of arguing with myself here. But I guess then, yeah, I can't really criticize it. It's a really good movie, and I would definitely I'll keep it in my top five. Four, you had kind of a off the wall one.
have you still seen that movie yet?
No,
Come on, Steve. You even said that you were going to go check it out.
right.
Let's see where there was a crooked man. Oh, sadly, it's not anywhere right now. I mean, Kirk Douglas and Henry Fonda.
So you mentioned it in the podcast. You tell us why it's great in the original podcast. Criticize it. Any reason that it wouldn't be a top five?
I mean, there's always hard to say. I mean, this kind of goes to it's like your Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I mean, but it's Kurt Douglas instead of Newman and Redford.
Right.
Like the very like cool-esque Western. But in this one, you have, which is funny because now I got two movies in my top five with Henry Fonda as the villain. Um, but this is another one that's more lighthearted, like Western, because Kurt Douglas is funny in this.
Right. Right. So you like the lighthearted
Well,
westerns.
he's a schemer. And you got
And
to watch
then
it, Steve. Come on.
yeah, I do have to. Five. What was five?
Oh, five was support your local sheriff.
Right, so we talked about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, I think that's a pretty good list. It's not a lot of criticism that you can go there. I would say you could probably make a good argument for, support your local sheriff.
Well, watching it, and now I'm like thinking, you know what I would have replaced support your local sheriff with?
Tombstone.
No, Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. You're just dead set on having that style of movie in five.
Well, I mean, Wes has Tombstone on there.
No, I know, but I'm just saying if you want to throw a good movie in there,
Right. Well, Blazing Saddles is a great movie too.
it's a great movie. All right, so let's go through my top five. So five, I have. What do I have at five?
You have The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Oh, actually, just go through all five.
Good, the Bad, the Ugly at five. Liberty, was it
Oh,
Liberty
the man who
Valance?
shot Liberty Valance.
Yes. At four, Rio Bravo at three. The Outlaw, Josie Wales at
Yeah,
two, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
yes,
Kid.
it's good. Yeah, so I guess the first criticism of mine was that era-based, like I stayed away from the newer stuff. I probably shouldn't have because it, X'd out some of my favorite movies like Tombstone and Unforgiven.
Well, those
But
aren't even new movies anymore, Steve.
right, I know, jeez. But I was really focused on classics in that previous podcast. So in all reality, I could say easily, Tombstone and Unforgiven could be in the top five. Um, let's go down the list here. So I guess the good, the bad, and ugly has the same argument that El Dorado, Rio Bravo could have. It's within a series of movies. It feels similar to the other ones. Even in the podcast, we talk about how interchangeable the movies are. So does that, how good are movies that are interchangeable?
Right. Well, yeah, because Wes had a few dollars more
Right.
instead.
Right. So I guess that'd be the downfall there of
But I feel like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is the most popular of the three.
it is. I think it's more commercialized back then. You saw it on TV a lot more too.
Mm.
So when they're replay, and that's what it is. Most people see these in replays, right? It's because it's on TV 100,000 times.
But not anymore, though. That's what's sad.
I know it was great. But still a great movie. I mean, it's Clint Eastwood, and if you're looking for classic Western, that's good. That's what you want. But he's also not the greatest in those movies. It's not his best acting jobs,
All right. Well, it's a spaghetti Western.
right? And then you got to criticize one, right? Because obviously I've left out a lot of great movies in different eras, but it's such good acting. It's so hard to not put those two, as Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid right up there.
Right.
And you got, Redford and Newman, right? So I don't know if I can criticize that a lot, but there are so many really good movies that it's hard to choose one.
Right. Well, if you like our lists, they're all movies that people should watch.
Yeah. And then what I have at four,
The Man That Shot Liberty Valance.
oh man, that's such a good one though too.
Yeah. See? You want
So yeah,
classics. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. Well, and you'll hear it in the podcast if you go back and watch the previous one because you're talking about John Wayne and James and Jimmy Stewart. That's a pretty good cast for that time period. And then three,
Rio Bravo,
yeah, we both had that. We made the case. What I have it too.
Outlaw Josie Wales.
Oh man, it's and so here's a big Clint Eastwood difference. Obviously you'll hear it in the podcast if you watch it, but I'll tell you, it's just turns him into a really great actor, a great role. But story wise, man, that's such a good story. But because of my era, I feel very pigeonholed in my movies.
Right.
And so that would be my biggest criticism. And what I should have done is expanded more, get into those newer movies like Tombstone. And then, I mean, there's a lot, outside of that, but I'm going to say Tombstone a million times because it's just one of the best ones ever made.
Well, and there's Unforgiven is the best there's ever made, though.
Right. That's why
But
I
that's
said
funny
one
though.
of,
You went
go ahead.
you went to Eastwood to John Wayne.
Right. Yeah, I had them locked up in the top five. Um, just overall in the podcast, besides the movies, when I was watching it, rewatching it, the critique I would have, we review movies different now than we did then. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh yeah, we didn't go and say our top five at the very end, so we couldn't recap.
Yeah.
It was very more laid back then. Just
Yeah,
a lot of
we were
talking.
just talking BS. No, I mean it's all good, real, but it's like we didn't really have agendas or we weren't really focused on points. We were just talking. And it was refreshing. I like listening to it. Because we were given a lot of details on the movies that we skip sometimes when we're trying to explain like a review. Because when you're reviewing a movie, right, you're trying to help understand the plot and the reason people should be watching it,
When you don't want to give it
idiosyncrasies,
away.
which yeah, and you got to be careful not to give it away. And we're just talking about what makes this movie great, all the great lines, all the good stories. And so different times for reviews, but it's great to watch them against each other too.
Well, then have the viewers tell us which one they like better, so we
Right.
know what format they like.
Yeah. So if you're listening, leave a comment. Check out the old one, which I'll post in the link in the comments or the description. And then we're gonna have some shorts coming out too with old shorts versus new shorts. So that should be fun. See if our take is still the same. So the Western one was fun, but the other one in this podcast that we're going to talk about, we this is very unique. We've never done like a straight review around these types of movies. We've pulled a couple out. I think we had one podcast where we're like, pick a movie that people should see, and we each did a movie. You did that one crazy movie too.
Which
Uh,
one?
the one with John Goodman and
Oh, Barton Fink.
Barton Fink. That was so good. Not in your top five gems, by the way.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that
let's
was
start.
Barton Fink was because it was a Coen Brothers that's kind of been lost.
Yeah, it's a gem. Definitely a gem. So let's start with mine this time. So list my top five gem
At five,
movies.
you had The Saint. Four, you had Multiplicity. Three, you had Empire Records. Two, The Boondock Saints, and one, Strange Days.
Yeah, so uh, going through this one, I had a lot to say about these movies because I really like all these movies. I guess my biggest critique would probably be Boondock Saints at two. It's, I mean, it's probably a five on a list that would even have it in the top five. A lot of people aren't going to because I think some people would these days not like the content, maybe be a little offended. Um, and it's a little back and forth, like it feels like a ping pong ball sometimes, it's bouncing you around. And it's hard to follow Willem Dafoe's character too. But isn't it always? So that would probably be my biggest critique of that of the top five. But Strange Days, I'll stand behind because still a lot of people have never seen this movie. And it's such a good movie with so many things that matter right now. Like if you want to see a little bit inside today's society, you got to watch Strange Days. So I'll definitely stand behind that one. Multiplicity is no way I'm taking that out. I can't. I mean, it's got cool cloning and science, but it's funny. It's Michael Keaton and Andy McDowell, right?
Yeah.
She plays the wife, I think,
Yes, she
if
does.
I remember right. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it a million times. I just see her face. And then last would be what I have at five and two,
Oh, The Saint. The Saint at 5 and Empire Records at 3.
or at three. Yeah. So the Saint could easily be higher than five. Val Kilmer, he's our guy anyway, but there's the sentimental part of, just loving Val Kilmer as an actor. But the movie's really good. You'll hear it in the podcast if you watch it. Not gonna argue that one. That one could be higher.
Well, and then
Empire Records
oh, I'm
is
sorry, you did The Saint for your Val Kilmer, right? When we did the Val Kilmer
oh
movies.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, because I gotta get it out there. You gotta get people watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Empire Records is probably not a lot of people's top fives just because there is a little uniqueness to it of that style of movie. You got to like those style of movies, otherwise it can get boring for some people. So there is a stylistic part of Empire Records which I could criticize for being in the top five.
But like, yeah, Empire Records seen so many. Like, it's one of those that was just on TV all the time
Yeah.
back then, back when we were younger.
Well, and now it's a cult classic, so
Yeah.
it's easy. But there's still going to be a group of people, I think, from what I know of, movie viewers, that it's just not their cup of tea.
Well, I'm pretty sure people still celebrate Rex Manning Day.
That's good. And if you don't know what that means,
Watch
leave in the
Empire
comments.
Records.
Yeah, yeah, watch it by records, but leave in the comments if you do, is what I was gonna say. Um, all right, well, let's hit your top five. So
So,
give us the list first.
well, usually what I wanted to preface this is Wes with the out of the box stuff, but it
I
was me
know.
this
So
time.
you're taking over this one. And Wes was on this podcast, the original one, and had a really good list.
Yeah. Um, but I'm looking at my list and two of the five you can't even stream right now. And it used
Yeah.
to be 3 of 5, but one just got. So 5 is Condor Man, which is a Disney movie that is not on Disney Plus. Number 4 is PCU.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 is Dogma.
Right.
Number 2 is King of New York.
Jeez.
And then number 1 is I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
You are so off, out of pocket, dude. It's crazy.
They're all movies that people, I'm like, okay, I'll admit, Condor Man, not as much. The other four are all movies that you should watch.
No, they're great movies. They're just so not mainstream or like popular. Every movie has its cult following, and there's so many good movies out there. And then the longer they're out, the more people see them. But man, yeah, there's a lot of stretch there. I gotta say, I'm gonna get you sucker. Maybe number one, number five. It's in there somewhere. I would never take it off the list because it's that good.
Huh?
I'm gonna get you sucker.
Oh yeah, that was number 1. It's
Yeah,
because it is everyone's that was everyone talks about scary movie, white chicks, all
yeah,
that, This was the original.
right,
This was Keenan Ivory Wayans, the original spoof movie.
right. Amazing too. So funny and like the acting's great. Like everybody's into making that movie. You could tell.
Right. And I
And
literally, for Halloween, I had goldfish platform shoes.
seeing you wear them.
So
Oh man. So I can't argue, you can't criticize that too much. The only criticism would be it's not a well-known movie for a lot of people. And
that's why it's
so
a gem.
yeah, but it's a good thing we're doing gems because this gem is really hidden,
Yes. Well,
but it's
that
a
one
good
though,
one.
I'm gonna get you sucker is actually you can stream that. King of New York is available streaming. That one's a great underrated movie that people need to see. It's, Christopher Walken in the lead role. Um, Wesley Snipes when he's young, like when his first movies, he's barely in it, but he's so many good actors in this movie. And it was such a good movie, but I don't think a lot of people have seen it.
What would be your criticism of it?
I don't think there is one. It's such a good movie.
It's 100%. He's sold.
It is.
All right, well, let's move down then to three. Can we criticize three?
No, that's
He's like
Dogma.
Dogma.
You can't
Oh
criticize
man.
Dogma.
Well, let's see. Yeah, you can't. Well, because it's cheesy, but they're trying to be cheesy, right? That's kind of the goal.
I mean, besides Clerks, you'd have to say Dogma is the second best Kevin Smith movie.
Oh man, I might argue it's the best.
Yeah. Well, it could be. Yeah. I just like Clerks because it's so groundbreaking.
Yeah, yeah, it was. And it's because Clerks is very specific of to what it is, and it does a great job of saying we're not more than this. We're gonna make it just this basic, and you're gonna like it. But Dogma's got so much other undertone and plot and actors and fun and like purposely doing things that they're not supposed to do in movies, but they're doing it on purpose. So that there's a lot of that, right? They're really pushing the line of not just like what you can do in movies, but what your movie viewer expects out of a movie, which that's what makes it really interesting to me. That's a good three. Gosh, it's hard to move that one out. What about four? What's the critique of four?
It's PCU. You can't
VCU.
you can't mess with PCU.
Oh man. I wonder how many people these days have seen PCU.
I don't know. Everyone needs to see it, especially nowadays.
What if you went to a college campus and asked college students if they've seen the movie PCU? What percentage would say yes?
Um, like college campus now,
Yeah.
like 0%.
So no college kids have seen PCU right
I
now.
doubt it. It's not even available to stream. They're trying to not let you be able to watch it at all. They're trying to erase it.
It's canceled, huh? PCU's been
It
canceled. So
is.
there
I'm
you
gonna find
go.
out why. Let's see what good old AI
Well,
tells me.
yeah, I mean, there's
It's
topics, right? There's things that they broach in that movie that isn't the best for the system, however you want
no,
to
it
call it.
sounds like it was because of the soundtrack and the licensing issues of soundtrack and general lack of the studio initiative to re-release it because it's owned by Disney.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Disney's like, yeah, we can't have that movie out there when we have these views.
Yes. I
So
like this. It says some viewers suggest the satire of the 90s political correctness may be too controversial for modern corporate streaming platforms.
yes, so that's the real reason that
But
you
at
can't
least
watch.
they don't even have it available to like buy on Prime.
Really
Yeah. It's like you can't watch it unless you already own it on DVD.
interesting. Tell me I can't find it on the internet somewhere.
I don't know. I haven't checked your fancy website, so I don't know.
So yeah, it's a good one, man. But nobody's gonna be able to watch it.
I know. That's why it's a gem. It's a hidden gem because
That's
it's
like the
hidden.
that's really hidden.
You're gonna have to go to a find like a music millennium or whatever. Not music millennium. What's it called here? West Coast too. There's still a video rental place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not Blockbuster or Hollywood.
No, it's what is it called? It's
You're talking about like the old one, like the music. Oh man. All right.
Movie Madness.
Movie Madness. All right.
That has over 90,000 films.
You might, I'm sure you'll find PCU in that.
Yes. I probably have it upstairs. I have to check. I'm pretty sure I
That's a
do.
good, that's a good, tough number four. What's number five?
Condor Man.
So you got back-to-back Disney movies.
Yeah. Turns out, let's see.
This
You
is
can
questionable.
buy PCU on DVD for $18.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
But it's on DVD, not Blu-ray. We're talking just DVD.
So Condor Man's definitely not top five
No.
for most people. So that'd be
It's
the
worth
biggest
some. I
criticism,
think I just put it on there because like it's not even on Disney Plus.
right?
So it's even hidden. It's like, I'm sorry, Disney, give us every movie you have on Disney Plus.
Nope.
Seriously.
No, you can't have certain ones like PCU.
Well, The Cat from Outer Space is on there, Wes.
And Wes, that was Wes's five, right?
Yes.
Oh man. Um, before we move on though, from Condor Man, so criticism's not on a lot of people's top five, right? But is it on like people's top 10? Like,
I doubt it. I don't even think hardly anybody. Have you even seen it?
no.
Right. It's from 1980. I just remember it because I used to watch it all the time back when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think it's been around since even like 1990 or something. I have a DVD of it, so I could watch it if I want. But
Well, yeah, so when we said gems, like you went for like pirates buried treasure.
yeah, I mean, I wanted people to know.
That's
Wes was
a
picking Oscar winners,
yeah,
and I
let's get
mean,
what let's just go through Wes's real quick because his is good. So let's get Wes's top five real quick.
okay. Uh, it starts off with a true Wes pick, The Cat from Outer Space. Then it went to The Network, then 3 Days of the Condor, Glengarry Glen Ross, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
None
Nest.
one flew. Yeah. I mean, even Cat from Outer Space, still not bad, but those are really good. That's a really good top five gems
Right.
because they're not like wild either, right? Except the Cat from Outer Space. But the Network, I mean, that's such a great movie. Cuckoo's
The only
Nest
reason
is,
they're gems though is because they're old.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they when they were out, they were Oscar nominated movies.
So the criticism is that they're not gems, they just got lost,
Yeah. I mean,
aged out.
right.
But I guess that's kind of a gem, right? It got lost and you found it. Um, because yeah, you're sending people on like a wild goose hunt. You're like, hey, go find PCU. Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, you could buy it on Prime. You have to buy the DVD though. You better have a DVD player.
Yeah. And then 3 Days of Condor. Well, and number two was good too. What was number two?
Oh, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, yeah. Of those four, like, what's the best of those four?
Of his top four,
Yeah,
well, it's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
yeah.
That's such an amazing movie. Um,
That's a good number one pick.
yeah, Jack Nicholson. I mean, you have Danny DeVito's in it. God, I even what I even said on the podcast, Nurse Ratchet is one of the most evil
Oh,
people in all of movies.
the worst villain. But the doesn't even matter the actors in it. The story's played out really well, and they just all do a great job of making it seem very, very real, which scary part is it is real, but they just made you make it feel like you were there, in the hospital, you were in their minds, really.
Yeah.
That's It's such a good movie. So if you haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you need to watch it. But overall, lots of good gems in there. Not a lot of criticisms of those ones.
No. Well, then you come on, Glengarry Glen Ross, like the acting in that is like what like on the podcast before, Wes said because he did a bunch of acting classes. That was always one of the things they had to act is Glengarry
Yeah.
Glen Ross.
Well, and you learn it in sales, you learn it in acting. Like it's
But
a
what
dual
was
threat.
the movie with Vin Diesel and Scott Conn,
Oh, that one's so good too. Um,
Ben Affleck's in it,
yeah, yeah. It's about the stock trading
a Boiler Room.
boiler room. Yeah,
And they talk about Glengarry Glen
right.
Ross in Boiler Room.
No, I get almost every good sales movie does too, right? It's part of sales. It used to be part of sales training years ago, where like sales managers at companies and retail and stuff like train their salespeople that way. So it's
Alec
iconic.
Baldwin should have won Best Supporting Actor for that
Yeah,
role, for his part.
right. It it is man, that could be a number one too. Jeez. So good not a lot of criticism there except the cat that went to outer space. Oh man. How do you even come up with that?
Well, I think it was sentimental. It was like Condor Man for me.
Like Condor Man, yeah. All right, well, I guess there's our criticisms, our top fives, not too many, but
Oh, so well, here's the thing. Pacino was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but not Baldwin for
oh, and
Glengarry.
and Baldwin was much better.
Well, he was, it's like Anne Hathaway won for Les Mis and she only had like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Baldwin's in it for like a very short time, but it is like the most iconic part of that whole
Yeah,
movie.
it's impactful to the movie more so. That's a tough one, but it's not like Pacino didn't do a great job.
No, him and then like Jack Lemmon,
Yeah.
Ed Harris, Alan Arkin.
Ed Harris is one of my favorite. There's so many movies you can tip back to Ed Harris and be like, I forgot he was in it for a minute, and then you watch him in it and you're like, man, he did a good job. All right, well, we're gonna get some old shorts and new shorts for the old podcast, see how we compare on some of the topics, hear the criticisms, and then I will link the previous podcast for the criticizing the top five. If you want to go back and criticize it, let us know in the comments.
And give us your top five.
Yeah, that's definitely what we need is somebody to start giving us regular things to do top fives on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that in the description, see if anybody responds. We need more top five topics and ones that you guys want to hear.
Maybe for next week, we can review one of our gems.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or we'll pick somebody else's gem.
Yeah.
All right, we got it. Stay tuned next week. Big week. NFL draft on the sports, and we're going to be reviewing some gem movies for you in the movie segment. So thanks for listening. See you next time.